another thing which I would like to know, should the protocol follow exact time, volume as given in the monograph, or can it be fine-tuned before initiation of method validation? If it can be fine-tuned, which parameters of the protocol can be tweaked?
Yeah, that's a good thing. But since the all the monographs are harmonized, pretty much I think is as such it works well. But it is not really lab to lab. You have a microplate reader. Someone wanted to use a UV spectrophotometer, so you need to tick some reaction volumes and maybe the time and temperature, all this. Suppose, for example, you are taking a heparin of 50 microliter and then you are adding 50 microliter of antithrombin, and then you follow, and then you get it like 0.3 or 0.4 ml. It's very difficult to take a reading in the spectrophotometer. So what you do is the ratio you multiply it. Instead of 50 microliter, make 100 microliter.
True.
But you can make changes to the conditions, the reaction time. Sometimes it is you use a hot bath where the tubes have been set. You set 37. The enzymes are very specific. If that the inside solution is not 37, the reaction is not going to happen correctly.
Correct.
So maybe you have to set 38. Maybe inside temperature is 37. These tweaking you can do it, or you can time. The monograph says about 1 minute, like 60 seconds. You can make 70 seconds. You can make all this tweaking, but make sure that you validate once, or you do all this tweaking for the reproducibility, specificity, and LOD/LOQ. If you do that across the concentration range, the important thing is don't go beyond the concentration range.
True.
Because the reagents have been developed to suit to within this range. If you make changes to the concentration range, wide range, then you will be in trouble.
True.
So generally what you follow is a standard you make a dilutions. If your ODs are like 0.4 to 0.1, you make sure that the samples also dilution is corrected within that
range.
If it is go beyond or low, it is not within your standard calibration curve. You adjust, check it. It's possible. You can do it, but you validate it.
True.
And then have a single protocol, and you can use for USB, EP, and IP same. True. And validate and keep it. This is what matters.
Wonderful, because that's very interesting, because you mentioned about point of the water bath temperature, and this is very critical because sometimes people are not using correct water bath because these are not circulating type of water bath. These are stagnant type of water bath. So water temperature throughout the water bath will not remain same. Another thing which you really very good point pointed out, that achieving the 37-degree temperature, because there is a thickness of the tube in which we add the solutions. So if the thickness it inhibit to reach the temperature up to 37 in a stipulated time, we say it's a 1 minute, but actually that is not 1 minute, that is less than 1 minute. So you really raised a very good point that the method needs to be validated. All these things needs to be critically verified when we do method validation, and the same has to be followed during the routine testing of the low molecular weight. Wonderful.